Everyone, think in your head about your earliest Poomsae. So some people have Poomsae beginners. Let's all do Poomsae 1. So because you guys are the big kids, you guys know what to do. Let's do Poomsae 1 in your head. Okay? So when I say 시작, just breathe, relax, and then go through all the moves of Poomsae 1. Key up right up there. Okay? Ready? And 시작. Ha!
Ha!
Master Kenneth and I didn't finish at the same time. That's all good. You keep on going now. Just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, nice and slowly on my time. We're gonna go fast at the start and slow down and relax. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. We're gonna go slower. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Awesome. Everyone, you can open your eyes. That was quite a nice round of meditation. I was listening to the sound of the birds. That was quite fun. So I'll go stand up. Hopefully some of you guys still get the opportunity to get out and take a walk or something. Listen to the birds. They're very nice. Okay, awesome. Sit up. So man, let's get started with some Taekwondo now. Jumping jacks. Now, 3, set, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 요, 마시 하나.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
요, hands up. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉,
Good.
열.
And then left, right, like this, and hands out and in. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 마시고.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Nicely done. Hands up and over around the world. Because a lot of us can't travel anymore. All the way around the world. This will be our around the world trip. Okay, big circles. Keep your knees straight and stop at 12 o'clock. Go the other way, Master Kenneth. Can you count?
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
And then head rotations. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. You'll go the other way.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉,
Yeah,
열.
disoriented me a little bit. And then turn your arms all the way to the sides like this. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, big arm rotation, Master Kenneth.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉,
Go
열.
the other way. Second Joseph. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, go turn to your right side and then use your. Oh, I'm getting confused. No, this is your. Yes, one of your sides. I'm getting confused. And turn to the other arm. Use your left arm now. That's what I meant. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, go all the way back with your right arm like this, Master Kenneth. Can you count?
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉.
Good, and all the way back like this. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, nicely done. Can you turn to your left side now? Then big movement. Big stance. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, all the way down, nice big stretch, Mexicans.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Good. Face the other direction. And we'll do a different one today, Mexican. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Go all the way down. And set. Oh, this one.
right? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Awesome. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a weird stretch today. So, everyone, on your phone. Down like this. And your knees up. Down. First, everyone does this. This is butterfly. For the next one, we're going to need a little bit of space. So, also, guys at home, the next couple ones are going to need a little bit more space. So, move the dogs, move the baby sisters, baby brothers, or whatever. Just move them out of the way for now. You need
There's
to
no
have
furniture around you either.
Oh yes, the furniture, that's important too. Good. And then keep your legs straight now, bounce your knees up and down, hands up, reach, get your shoulders down. Nine, three, set, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, the next one is you're gonna lie down like a, I don't know, I was gonna say starfish, but we're not gonna lie down like a starfish. Like straight like this, and stand to the side like this. Can we all raise your left leg straight up like that? Okay? Yeah, now you're gonna turn only your foot and your hip, but your shoulders, you're gonna try to keep them on the ground. You're gonna go all the way to the other side of your body like this. See, I'm gonna try to keep my shoulders on the ground. This is gonna stretch out your butt. Okay? Now, third, set, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Heel up. See daisies. I see a crack in our ceiling. Well, a little hole because Instructor Justin accidentally hooked it with a stick once.
Well, that's from you?
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Tell Master.
And then go to the other side. Master Kenneth, can you count?
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
Nicely done. All the way back up. Ugh. Then up here we go. Let's get your knees up. You're gonna go left and right. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, up we go. We're gonna do a little bit of turn around. Okay, back when you're done, let's go start running on the spot like this. Really easy. You're just gonna warm up into it. And punching in front of you. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, go. 여덟, 아홉, yo. And then little tiny bunny hops like this. Just a little bit higher. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo. Now the next thing we're gonna do, you're gonna raise your knee. At the same speed everyone, you're going to raise your knee like you're doing turning kicks. Just raise the knee. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Master Kenneth, the other side.
둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, go. Okay, good. I did that because we needed a little bit of warming up into the first thing we're gonna do, which are burpees. I surprised everyone there. We're going to do 15, easy peasy. I want you guys to do 15 burpees with the push-up. You need them on your chest, Master Kenneth. Back burpees, show us please. Yeah, you guys know the drill. So a good one is gonna look like this. Okay. You kick both of your legs out and then at the same time, and then they come back in at the same time. You jump up. You don't just stand up there, okay?
Make sure your feet move together.
Yeah.
Yeah, always say that.
So we need to see that on the butt test. We're really marking you guys, okay? So let's get ready for burpees. Just 15, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's go. Chicha. Now for me. 3, for me. Set. 10, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 둘, five more Mexican.
하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯.
Ding-a-ling ding, keep on going. Awesome. Keep going. You have 20 seconds to do the rest. Actually, this is much. 10 seconds to do the rest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There's a reason why I did burpees first, is because the next part is gonna be the triple header of my challenges. I was gonna do a different one, but they didn't like it. We're gonna do this one here. I'm going to time 20 seconds 3 times here, okay? So the first time, you're gonna try to do as many push-ups as you can in 20 seconds. The next time, I'm gonna say, you're gonna try to do as many sit-ups as you can in 20 seconds. Then after that, you're gonna try to do as many squats as you can in 20 seconds, okay? So 3 numbers that you have to remember, okay? Then we're gonna ask you for the 3 numbers over onto the chat over here. We're just gonna see how many each person can do. So we have 11 people in the crew right now. I want you guys lining up that chalkboard with how many you can do, all right? So everyone get ready for push-ups. Awesome. What we can do is we can ask for the numbers in between each.
That's probably better.
Yeah, so we don't have to remember numbers. And we're also going to see which instructor can do more too. So friendly competition, okay? So 15 seconds, we're gonna get started. We're going to do 20 seconds of push-ups. How many you can do? Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Ding. You guys have, oh, no, you don't have any more time. Let's type in the chat how many you guys did, and we'll see how many the instructors did there too. Good, go quick, very quick. Let's see how many you guys did. That was fun. My arms kind of hurt though. Good. By the end of the
lesson of today is pain, so you'll discover why that's a good thing.
Oh, 29.
29, 27, wow, 20 seconds.
Right? Master Kenneth, how many did you do?
You first.
No, Master Kenneth goes first.
Fine, 35.
Uh-oh. All right, my number doesn't deserve a drum roll. I think a lot of you guys beat me. Instructor Justin did 25.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Good. Okay, get ready. The next one. Sit-ups. You're going to see how many you can do in 20 seconds, okay? So everyone, you have... let's wait a little bit. From now, you guys are going to have 15 seconds until we start, all right? So get ready for those sit-ups. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit-ups, go ahead. Done. Jeez. 20 seconds. Nice job, everyone. Nice. Let's get those numbers up again. Let's see what you guys got.
Tell me.
It's like you think got an embarrassing number. Or I lost count.
What's
One of those.
probably lost count?
Okay, let's go again.
21.
21, nice. Instructor Justin isn't as embarrassed as I thought now. Instructor Justin got 20.
Oh.
We're getting closer. Good. The last one we're gonna do are squats, okay? So let's go over here. Okay. We have T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squats, go ahead. I'll stick with that too. 10. Time is up. Okay.
36. You sure you didn't add 10 there? This is 20 seconds, guys.
Drum roll, Master Kenneth. Oh,
26.
26. Dang it. I think Master Kenneth beat me 3 times in a row today. I only got drum roll, 22. Yes. That's good. Everyone, nice job. That's all. So those things were what you're gonna. Well, sorry, my words are not coming out properly. Those were the things that we're gonna have you guys do during the belt test, whether it be here at the studio or if we do the online Zoom test. Okay. So you're gonna have to do push-ups, sit-ups. What did we do? Squats, and then those burpees too. And then after that, you still have to do your splits. You have to do your kicking, your Poomsae too. And for are we doing self-defense for online classes?
I do not know.
We will get back to you guys whether or not we're doing self-defense for the online test. But keep in mind what we just did. So the push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and then burpees. For your belt test, that's what you're gonna be doing, and you have to do the certain number that we tell you, okay? Awesome. So let's all go take a little break, 2 minutes, come back, we're gonna go do Poomsae and stuff, okay? So everyone, ta-da, come. See you in a bit.
Okay, everyone, let's come back. We're going to start doing some Poomsae. Okay, so this is the order of what we're going to do. First, we're going to start with doing all the Poomsaes, right? Count, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then from there, we're going to go on and we're going to work on some hand techniques today. Okay, so specifically single knife hand and twin knife hand block. We're going to focus on those for today because those are important. So first things first, let's go through Poomsae number 4. Together with Instructor Justin. Facing forward, turn. Step. And then. Poomsae Jimmy. Yesterday, since we focused on stances today, we're going to really focus on our hands today. Let's start with twin knife hand block. By my count, Hana. Okay, so make sure when you do your twin knife hand block, you have your elbow bent at 90 degrees, your wrist straight, but your fingertips should be below your shoulders. Third. Okay, so just before Instructor Justin did that knife hand thrust movement, your hand goes to your belt, right? Just like a punch motion would. And then your hand comes down before it goes on top to hit your solar plexus. The movement is 1, 2. Okay, in the middle of your movement. As you step, 1, 2. Try to do it as you step forward. Set. Net. Instructor Justin. Master Ken needs to watch where he's going. Okay, make sure that block starts from the same position as your twin knife hand block. Belt level, shoulder level, and strike. Now, from here, let's see that side kick into twin knife hand block. Now, so make sure you set your hands as you bend your knee. So after that second side kick, 1, 2, before 3. Okay, prepare your twin knife hand block while your knee is bent, not before you start to land. Okay? Now, okay, from here, keep your hands up for your kick, and when you're kicking, right, prepare your block then start your landing movement. Try to separate those two things. Now. Third. Set. Net. So make sure here your back fist starts from under your arm. So from position 1 to under here before you go forward. It's almost like your body's turned to the side and you twist it to the front. This is the movement you're doing in the air. Okay, so make sure it starts from under here. Don't start from too low, okay? Otherwise it goes in a circle. You don't want to go in a circle with your back fist. It's here, straight forward. Okay, let's continue. Now. Other side, same thing. Third. Set. Net. Ha! Auto. Chil. Very good. Okay, so a few things to cover. We're going to talk about twin knifehand block later, but I also want to make sure you guys have your middle blocks done correctly. So this is something we already covered in the previous class, but every time you do a middle block, make sure your shoulder goes back and forward, okay? The movement of your shoulder happens before the movement of your hand. So it's almost like when you do your middle block, it's like your shoulder goes, and then at the last second, your hand moves, right? So swing your shoulder, and then move your arm at the last second, right? 1 before 2. Together, okay? So rely more on this than you rely on this, otherwise you get this, right? This small movement is not a middle block, okay? Especially when you're doing it with your front hand, you'll see your shoulders go back and then forward before you punch. Back and forward, out, back in. You see my shoulders going first and then my hand moving at the last second. Let's give this a try. Ready? Try it. Poomsae 준비. Let's see you guys do it on your own time. Okay, follow along with Instructor Justin's count. On his movements, I mean. Ready? 시작. Okay, let's go through technique number 5. Justin, great.
Okay, so Poomsae 5. First things first. The second stance that we're gonna do after going through the big stance, we're gonna go into L stance. Okay, so not quite the walking stance here when we're doing it, right? Your back leg and your front leg are going to be 90 degrees to each other. Okay. Yes, that's the big L. That's why we call it L stance, right? And then after, I think, let's go from there. I think we'll go from there. I'll explain things as we go along.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone, get up. Sir. 준비. First things first, watch that L stance. Okay, and this is a stance where you move back into it instead of moving forward into your stance, okay? 3, set, 넷, 다섯, facing the front, middle block, big stance. 하나, okay, back fist, middle block, 3, back fist, middle block, set, step forward and back fist, okay? 하나, 3. So for this movement, we have to turn our shoulders slightly to get into this hit here. And then when we are hitting, we're hitting at head level with your elbow, okay? 하나, 3, 셋, low block, middle block, 넷, 다섯, this move here, the ready form, okay? The hand that's gonna come out and then reach for the head has to come up to your shoulder, okay? Really important there. And then the open part, this part, is going up to your cheek, like that. So that's the ready form for that. The other hand down to your belly, okay? Hana! So if you want to see that here, the hand comes up to your shoulder, extends parallel, and then from there, open, grab at chest level, okay? Hana! Turn. Set. Now. And remember here, a lot of the students like to do this when you kick. No big hop movements there. You're just going to plant and then bring your other leg forward, okay? Haro. And choke. Nice. Now we're going to run things on Master Ken this time. Try to keep up with that and then keep the things that I just said in mind, okay? Awesome. Everyone, to me. Good. Say 5 on your own time. Chil Jang.
Sorry.
Haro. And choke. Let's do that.
Sorry, guys, my.
Okay.
I'm here for a second.
Even your instructors make mistakes. We're just very good at hiding those.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, let's go through Taeguek 6. Today, remember, Taeguek 6, we're focusing on the outer block position, right? From here to shoulder level, from here forward stance to your head level. Okay, let's go through the movements. Ready? Poomsae ready? Ready? On my count, low block. Now. Good. Once again, before you land, make sure that same hand that you did the low block with, right, is the one you bring down, up and out. So low block hand is also the outer block hand. Ready? Set. Net. Hustle. So going forward, make sure your hand still once again starts from your belt to shoulder out. So 1 to 2 to 3 becomes 1. Moving on. Hana. Third. 52, reverse punch, good. Set. In this one, make sure when you're doing this movement, right, you have your elbow bent at 90 degrees. Some people, when they do it, they tend to go further out, or they tend to go a little bit higher, and they turn into a hip lock. So it should be at the side of your head. Here. Okay, guarding the side of your face with your elbow bent at 90 degrees. Don't have it too high, yeah? Okay, ready? Hana. Third. Make sure in this position your feet are parallel, yeah? So make sure your feet are facing the same direction. You can't see my feet from here, but you can see me distance. Okay, make sure they're facing straight forward. This one, once again, here, it's a single knife hand block position. Your hands should still be bent at 90 degrees. So if you look at it from the side angle, right? Just because my shoulder is forward and my hand is higher, doesn't mean you straighten your arm out. This is a common error we see. Keep this bent at 90 degrees, but raise it to your head level. Okay? Let's continue from here. Turn kick, yeah. Turn around into low block position. Very good. From here, when you raise your hands, make sure you set the same one again, just like the beginning. Third. Set. Net. So make sure, right, when you're doing twin knife hand block position, that your hands, you go opposite of your front leg. So that means if you're going left hand forward, right side before you go. When you go right hand forward later, left side before you go. Okay? Third. Okay, for the next one, palm block, make sure you close your front hand. What does that mean? That means from this position, 1. This should be here. I don't want to see this. If I see this, incorrect. Okay, make sure you have one hand open for a palm block because you're doing a single palm block. Now, there is no double palm block. Okay, ready? From here, palm block punch again. Make sure you draw your punching hand back. This is the other place where we see the error. Okay? Make sure the hand that you're punching with right now is the same one that you're going to block with first. Okay, from here, make sure your front leg goes back to Jumbi. Haro. So, okay, from here, very good. Make sure you go through the whole thing on your own time. Do you have any comments for you, Tristan? Taeguek Sah? Okay, in that case, let's go through it again, right? Try your best to time your landings with your blocks here. Poomsae Jumbi. On your own time, Taeguek Sah, 시작. Haro. Sure. Okay. So I just realized something that we need to tell you guys about. When you guys are doing this move in particular, the outer block punch here, right? This is something we always see a lot of students do. They have their back leg underturned and then they turn it on the punch to a proper forward stance. So here's the thing. The first movement is not in a back stance, it's in a forward stance. Right? So it's forward stance, still forward stance. This shouldn't be turning. The moment you do the first block, you have to already be in a proper forward stance. Okay? So you're just twisting your shoulders at that point. You're not twisting your foot anymore. So in this position, right, I want you to think of it this way. Okay? When you were doing your outer block before this, right, it's always been in back stance, right? Take up 4, outer block, back stance. Single knife hand block was back stance. But now that you're in a forward stance position, your body position is different. Okay? And your hand position has to also be different. You have to keep it in line with your shoulder. It shouldn't be outside. This is the other thing that people see. Okay? So in the forward stance position, right, your hand has to still be in line with your shoulder, just like a back stance, but your body is facing more forward now. You have to get used to have your body facing more forward and have your hand more in front of you when you're doing the outer block and forward stance, so that you don't have an outer block and then a twist for the punch. Okay? Continue on 7. Justin, when you're ready.
Okay. 그다음 동네 준비. So really important stance here is momtongmakki. Okay. Poomsae 7 is going to be the first one that illustrates here. Master Janet shows us the first move. When you do knif, you're going to keep your back straight, but then most of your weight is going to be on your back leg, and then your front leg very lightly touching the ground, and then both of them are bent here, okay? It's like you're kind of sitting down here. Make sure your feet are about the walking stance distance apart, but then front leg, obviously it's going to be all like this, okay? When you kick, heel down, do your kick, but as you come back, you go back into this stance, okay? 하나, 둘. It's a small detail, but it's a very important part of Poomsae. 셋, 넷. Now, double knife hand low block, okay? 하나, 둘. Here again, momtongmakki. And you're going to do your palm block, supported palm block here, and then transition into your back fist. Remember here, guys, the difference in height, very important. One is going to be at your chest level. The next is going to be all the way right below your nose, okay? Third, so we're looking for that during your belt test. 하나, 둘, 셋. And any of our slow moves, we're going to do 5 seconds over here at third eye, okay? Here, the stance, feet together, shoulders together. Sorry, you can't keep your shoulders anymore. Shoulders facing forward here too, okay? And you're gonna keep your left hand, if you guys can see, your left hand is gonna be over your right, okay? You guys can see that there. 하나, Here, you're going to open your hands as if you're gonna grab someone's shoulders and then bring them down to your knee and then do the double uppercut. Okay, so important part here, you open your hands up at shoulder level. Hana! 3, move back. And then the X block, you're going to make sure the leg that's on top is the same side as the leg that, the hand that's on top is the same side as the leg that went back, okay? Hana! 3, same thing on the other side. Set. Neck. Here, a strike to the temple, okay? So the temple up here. Hana! 3, set. Neck. 5, arrow. And choke. One last thing I want to add too is when you do your kicks here, right? Again, if you guys were here last week, I said this too. Don't do the big motion, just straight up, and a small one where you turn into your hand, and then you go into your momtongmakki. Not this. Okay? So we don't want to see that. Small motion, and then that. Okay? Anything else you guys?
One more thing, make sure when you guys are doing your side back fist into the sweep kick, right? Your other hand stays by your belt. Okay, so what that means is from here, this hand shouldn't leave your body until you're done the sweep kick. So after one, right, it has to be a tight movement. So from your belt position, this is where your elbow strike begins. You don't want it to start from down here and swing in. Okay, otherwise it looks too big. It has to start from your waist. Okay, let's begin.
Okay. Hands again, put that on its own time. You guys try to keep up. Ta-da! 동네. And 준비. 태국 시작. Poomsae 7. 시작. 바로 let's all go take a little water break, come back, and we're gonna do some work on hand techniques.
Okay, everyone. Today we're going to go through some of the basic blocks, but we're also going to do them with foot movement because doing it on the spot and doing it with body movement, it feels a little different. Okay, so the first thing we're going to cover today is going to be the single knife hand block, and then we're going to show you the two knife hand block as well. So these are things we already know. This is just mostly a recap. Okay, so first of all, single knife hand block position and outer block position are functionally the same. You start from a head block position, here or here. Either one's the same. Either open hand for single knife hand block or closed hand. Okay, so we're going to practice the hand movement on its own first, and then we're going to do it with stepping. Okay, so you're going to follow along here. Position 1. Let's do single knife hand block, right? So open your bottom hand. 2, and then 3. A few times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to add on a little bit of movement to it. So what I mean by that is, sorry, I don't mean movement. We're going to make it a bit more smooth. So we're going to put it together in such a way that we don't have to stop. Okay, so stopping. This looks very choppy, right? Mechanical. I'm not a robot. I'm a person. Okay, so what we're going to do is from here, you're going to raise your hand, and the second you reach your shoulder level, switch. Okay, we're going to practice like this: slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, and slowly speed up the slow. From here, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so think of it like you're making a reverse L with your fingertip. Okay, you're traveling along here to here and then across. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, my hand, 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3 becomes 1. Okay? So let's try that with the other hand as well, right? Position 1 to 2 to 3. Let's try that a few times. Also, one more thing, guys. Please tuck in your elbow tightly. Okay? Don't have it sticking out, otherwise you're going to get in your own way. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's put it together and smooth it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's try and get one movement. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now that we know how to do that, let's practice doing this together with some foot movement. We're going to start by doing outer block, moving forward, okay, in back stances. So from here, 준비, you're going to put your left hand on your belt, reverse for us, right? You're going to step forward, and you're going to raise your hand, and you're going to block like this. Okay, so we're going to do the closed hand version this time. So rather than having your hand open, have both hands in tight fists. Okay, so ready? Left hand first for you guys, right hand for us. Set your hand, and up. From here, cross your hands the other way. Third. Set your hands. Set. Net. 다섯. Okay, good. From here, let's move back a little bit. Okay, now we're going to practice a variation of this, putting it into forward stance. Okay, so this is the one in Taeguek 6, right? I want to make sure we have two things. Number one, I want to make sure your body is facing forward in this position so that you can block in front of your body and not open it up to the side. Okay, when you're in a back stance, your body is more sideways, so it feels like your arm is further away from you. But when you turn it into a forward stance, you can't keep your arm in the same position, otherwise it's going to be out here. You have to keep it in line with your shoulder, okay, before you throw the punch up. Okay, the objective is to cover the side of your head. Okay, so we're going to practice doing outer block into a punch movement, just like in Taeguek 6. So we're going to start with your left hand, but our right. So we're going to go 1 to 2, and then you step out to 3. Okay, so when you're doing it in a forward stance, like we talked about before, this is going to go to your head level. Those of you who don't know Taeguek 6 yet, only know 4 or 5, it's okay to practice some of these hand techniques. Right, go through it with us because eventually you're going to need to know them anyway. Okay, so let's go through it. Say me. Ready, position 1. Let's go through it and I'll do the whole movement. 1, 2. Ready from here? Other hand to your belt. Come up. 1, 2. 1, 2. Third. 1, 2. Okay, let's move back and do a few more. Okay, ready? Let's do left hand for you guys again, right hand for us. Ready? And 1, 2. Third. 1, 2. Set. 1, 2. Net. 1, 2. Okay, let's move back. Okay, now the next thing we're going to cover today is the reverse hand. Okay, so this one, you're going to need to do one additional thing on top of what we've already covered. Because you're doing a different hand from your leg, I want you to watch my shoulder position. I'm going to show you from this angle. From this position, when we do the reverse hand for single left hand block, the same time as you block outwards, the extended. So the last movement is combined with your shoulder going forward. So you're twisting your body away from your block at the same time as you do it. So from this position, for example, you're going 1, 2, 2. Okay, so we're going to practice stepping into a forward stance and blocking with the reverse hand. Remember, at the same time as you block out, and remember, once again, beside your shoulder, right, because you're in a forward stance, right, you have to twist your body away from your block. Okay, so that your shoulder leads. Okay, let's start from here. Start from Jumbi position. Start with your left hand, but with your right leg. Make sure your hand and your leg are opposite, okay? From position here. Ready? And now. Then now, change your hand and go. Third. Set your hand. Set. Set your hands. Net. 다섯. 여섯. Okay, let's move back. Okay, now that we've gone through all the variations of single knife hand, let's go through twin knife hand block. Okay, so let's come back closer to the camera for a second so we can go through the technique. So this one, this is a bit more important because now your secondary hand is in a different position, right? So when you're doing a twin knife hand block, the front hand does the exact same movement, right? 1, 2, 3. The second hand is different. Now, when you're doing a single knife hand block, keeping this hand still usually is pretty easy. But when you have it away from your body, people tend to want to move them together. So here are some things you don't want to do. Don't raise your hands together. So 1 to 2 is wrong, for example. 1 to 2 is wrong, for example. Right? You have to move this hand when you reach your shoulder. So it's separately, then together. This is what I mean. Separately, together. Separately, together. Okay? So the best way to understand this is to move your front hand slowly and then move your hands together quickly. Ready? So watch. Slow, fast. Slow, fast. And let's try and pick up the speed. Slow, fast. Slow, fast. So slowly try and pick up speed. Right? Practice the movement a few times on your own slowly and follow along with us. Okay? And try to speed up your movements. Okay, now quickly I'm going to cover what you do with your second hand. So when you're doing this movement, right, once again, your hand ends up with your elbow bent 90 degrees, fingertips below your shoulder. Now, what about your second hand? Your second hand, your wrist needs to line up with the center of your body. The center of your body is about here. For you guys who have the traditional uniform, right, or the normal one, you have the square there for you to aim at, right? So you want to put your wrist in line with that, okay? So it's not at your belt. It's not beside your elbow, right? Your your wrist has to be in line with the center of your body, okay? So let's go through that. All right, let's begin. So from position 1, let's go through position 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's try the other side a few times. All right, position 1 to 2 to 3. 1 to 2 to 3. And now let's put it together and smooth it out. Slow, fast. Again, slow, fast. Slow, fast. Okay, now speed up the slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so ideally, right, you want the whole movement to be as quick as possible. So you don't want to have to slow fast anymore. When you guys know how to do this well, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so this is something you have to train and watch yourself in a mirror for, so that you know whether you're doing it right or not. Because right, doing this, it's an unconscious habit that some people have. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do it moving forward. Okay, so let's start by doing 2 knifehand block going forward and then going backwards, because we're going to need to learn how to do it going backwards for Taeguek 6, right? So from stage B, let's start. Bring your hands to this side, right, to your left side, and then swing forward your right hand. Okay, ready from here and out. Now hand to the other side. Third, set, net, tasa, yasa. Okay, come back. Let's do a few more. Actually, sorry, let's stay in front because we're going to now show you how to move backwards with it. I forgot about that. Okay, everyone, put your right hand in front. Okay, so from here, you're going to bring your hands to the same side. Okay, so your new hand's going to be your left hand. So right side for you guys. And now. Okay, so watch. You notice as I'm stepping back, I lift it up, right? So this way, how you can time it a little bit better. Ready? Other side. Third. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Okay, very good. Let's do it. Stop. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about the technique, please feel free to ask. Okay, very good. Now, what else we're going to do is we're going to cover the twin lower knifehand block that we covered in Taeguek 7. Okay, we're going to do it real quick. Okay, so the variation for this one is pretty simple, right? So instead of having your hand start at your belt level, start from your shoulder, and you're going to raise this hammer up to your head level. So from this position here, your front hand does a low block movement. So 1 to 2, just like doing this, except with an open hand, right? And in the back stance, your hand should be close to your leg. This one goes from position 1 at your head level to the same position you were in for twin knifehand block before. So position 1 to 2, right? Get that wrist in front of your body. Get your hand in front of your leg. So from position 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Okay? Now other side, let's do the same thing. Let's practice it facing the mirror, so follow along with me. 1, shoulder level, head level. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Make sure your hands are facing away. So look, hand facing out, hand facing up, twist. Okay? Which hand do we do? Left? Left. Let's do right side. Okay, ready? So from here, position 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now let's practice it with some movement, and then we're going to move on to the Poomsae master step. Okay. Okay, let's start with your right hand forward first. Okay, so bring your hand to this side. Now, third, set, net, tasa, yasa. Okay, very good. From here, let's move off. And Master, when you're ready, let's go to the Poomsae.
Poomsae game. Hello, guys. Anyone's tired out there? We'll make a few mistakes, and you have to remember the mistakes.
Sir.
And at the end, let's see if students can find your mistakes. Everybody pay a very good attention here. Full attention. Make sure you find all the mistakes that Master Kenneth is going to make.
Yes, sir.
You went too far. 5. You're going to count for... Okay, yeah.
4 stances.
Yeah. Try to get the stances smaller.
Yes, sir.
So all the mistakes got to be facing the camera. Otherwise, facing
Yes, sir.
that side, you don't see. All right, 차렷, 경례, 오장, 준비, 시작! 바로. Excellent. Very good. All right. Type in how many mistakes did you find? Looks like me. Somebody says looks like me.
That shouldn't look like you.
I think you had 65 mistakes, Master Kenneth. Isn't it true? 65 mistakes, lost
Like,
count.
okay,
Yeah, I
count
see
the
people
ones-
lost count.
If you count the ones that I did on either side as 1, then there's less. But if you count
Okay,
1,
let's do the good version, please.
yes, sir.
Do the bad version. Come closer so they can see you better. Bad version, correct version.
Yes, sir.
시작.
Wait, so bad
Like
first?
one move at a time. Bad version, good version.
Okay, so first thing I did is I leaned forward. You're supposed to keep your
No
arms
leaning
straight.
forward. You gotta keep your posture up. Yes.
Number 2, I only use one hand to do the hammer fist here. You have to use 2. Right point, swing it up, and I don't think I did an L stance properly the second time. Right, other side, same thing. I did this, should be this, right? And going forward here, I started with the wrong hand here on purpose. It's left side, then right side. Okay, and go for middle block. The second one here, I went kick. I went woo up here.
You went too high.
Yeah, it's supposed to be at your mouth level and your body level. The next time, I did both really low, right? Because they're both supposed to be right. One's supposed to be mouth, one's supposed to be body. You step forward. Mouth level here. Okay, now when I turn around here, I did this fine. This is where I did a very, very common mistake. Some people like to bring their shoulder up so that the elbow goes up. So they try to lift up their elbow by leaning to the side. See, what you're supposed to do is 2 things. You're supposed to twist your shoulders and you're supposed to lift up your arm. So instead of doing this,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like this. Right? Just lift up it. Look, you can lift up your arm. You don't have to turn your body to lift up your hand. Did you know that? Okay, same thing on the other side. Here. Right, keep your elbow up into the back, right, same thing. Now over here, this is the big one. Some students get lazy, don't even do a proper kick. They just swing their leg up, go eat, and they tell me that's a kick.
Yes.
So what
You
are
have to
supposed
bring your
do?
knee up. Yeah.
Set your hand, tuck in your knee, do a proper side kick, and a hammer fist, a side hammer fist before you land, and do the elbow strike. Right, same thing over here. Right, into the back, little block, middle block, front kick into. Back fist. Ha!
바로. Thank you. But about our mat chat today, as I mentioned at the beginning, we're going to talk about pain. Pain. You guys tell me, what do you know about pain? Oh, see, Instructor Justin has pain in his leg. You guys, what do you know about pain? What do you do with pain? type in one thing that comes to your head. As soon as you hear pain, what's the first thing you think about? Pain makes you stronger and you have to deal with it. Yes. Thank you, Anisha. All right, let me ask Instructor Kenneth.
Yes, sir.
How do you deal with pain, sir, when you're in pain, in any type of pain?
Well, for example, sir, I don't know if any of my students have realized, but I sprained my right ankle. Could any of you tell? I don't think you could. So here's the thing, right? You need to learn how to manage injuries. Like on my own, I wasn't really doing anything dangerous. I was just walking around, I was turning around, I stepped the wrong way, I half twisted my ankle. So it's not really bad. If it was super bad, I wouldn't be teaching you guys. I'd be resting, right? But at the same time, it's not like it doesn't hurt. But number one, I don't let it show. Number two, I'm careful about it. So when I'm training, I take care to make sure I don't aggravate my injuries. So there's a difference between going like, oh, I'm injured, so I'm not going to do anything and just rest. And there's training smart, which is you still do your training, but you do it in a way that doesn't provoke your injury. So that's training smart. So when you guys are injured, if you guys have any injuries, right, you have to think about how you can still do your training, but doing it in a way that doesn't hurt you. Okay, and you have to be the one in charge of that because you know what you can handle and you know what you can't handle, right? Your instructors aren't you. We don't know, right, how bad it is. We don't know what's gonna, make it hurt all the time, right? You have to be the judge of that. And if it feels like it hurts too much, you tell us, okay, if it's too much, we'll let you take a break. But if you're, if you feel like you can handle it, or if you think you can do it in a way that doesn't bug you, right, doesn't bug your injury, then you should still train, because in the end, right, the more rest time you take, right, like the more you just stagnate, right? You don't improve. You still want to improve. So one of the things that happened when I really injured my ankle really badly was I started to train my other side now. So as a result of me like badly injuring my right ankle, I've trained out my left leg to a very high level. So now I can balance on it much better. I can jump much higher on my left side, which is actually useful because now when I do demo kicks, I can jump much better. So, there's upsides and downsides to training.
Thank you.
Sir.
Instructor Justin, how you doing? How do you deal with pain?
Two things here. There's different kinds of pain. There's also you get your physical pain here. What I have to say about that is when you know you're hurt, please know your limits, because when you start pushing yourself, just saying, because there's a theory, there's the mindset that some people take. We're like, oh, I gotta be super tough. I'm gonna run through all this pain whatsoever, even though my leg is broken or whatever. Don't do that. You have limits.
I've done that. I competed with broken knee, man.
I've done it too. I have broken what's the term? I have snapped my hamstring in front of 300 people at a demo once. So don't push yourself. You have limits too. Know your limits and then try not to go past them, because if you do that, sometimes it's gonna be a long-term injury and it could really hamper you in the long run.
That's right.
You could completely end your Taekwondo career, right? You have to take care of yourself too, because you are human, even though how tough you want to be.
Yeah, that's why we are in Taekwondo, to stay healthy, right?
Yes.
But if we get injured and make our injury worse, then we'll never be healthy. We're always limping and we're always in pain. True. But I mean, it's different. Like for you, what happened was like you were like middle of the action. You were middle of the event, right? The demonstration. People are watching. So at that time, you got injured, but you didn't feel like it's like a serious one, right? You kept going, or you stopped after that? What did you do?
It broke right at the finale, luckily.
Oh, it was at the end. Okay, so you're lucky. Yeah. Yeah, it happened to myself too during the competition. But I mean, when you're in the middle of competition and it's very important, then you don't want to just walk out with the smallest injury. You keep going until it's like you think it's like very serious, because it's very important. You put your life, for that. You train hard to get to that level, and then smallest injury is not gonna stop you from what you want to achieve, right? But yeah, those are about physical pain, and there are some pain that you learn lesson. You learn there's a problem to solve. Let's say there's a small piece of rock in your shoes. You keep walking with it, and if you don't take it out, like you go to Stanley Park and for 10 kilometers you want to walk. I mean, it must be very stupid of me if I don't, sit aside and take that rock out of my shoes. I as soon as I feel that, I'm like, oh, there's a problem. That indicates there's a problem to be solved. I have to see what is it. What is it? Is it there's something in my shoes, or something is bugging my knee, something is bugging my back, something. Sometimes it's not physically, sometimes it's mentally. Somebody's mean to you over and over, and then that shows like, oh, there's a problem you need to solve. That's painful, right? If you don't solve that problem, you're not doing anything about it. We have to take action. We have to know there's a problem we need to solve, and that's a experience you go through. And then there is physical pain that they already talked about it. Muscle pain, like you get sore body out of all the push-ups, all the burpees you do, or you stretch your leg, you stretch your leg too much, and then your legs like sore. Those pains are good pain. You don't want to give up because you have, oh, my body is sore today, I don't want to train. No, you have to keep training, because those are, it's an opportunity. Your body is getting stronger. You're growing, you're getting better, you're getting more flexible. Or school, studying, you're reading a book, you get tired, you mentally like, oh, I want to go outside, just walk, I don't want to read. You have exam, but you have to study, you have to be tough. You can't say, oh, I'm tired, I can't do it anymore, that's enough, I go. I mean, yes, we do take a break, but if you have schedule, but we have to go follow schedule. Some people take a break and they don't come back to finish what they start, right? So we want to make sure we recognize those two problems. Some problems are teaching us that we have to take care of them, we have to solve them. Some other problem is like pain, some pain that makes us stronger, and we have to keep going and not give up. So that's about it. Thank you all for joining us. You guys have a lovely Friday night. We have Zoom class tomorrow. Hopefully, I see you guys all in Zoom class. If you have any question, please type in. Chariat? I will close the camera and I'll read the message if there is any message.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.